Listen, we hosted the game here twice before. Going back to those 2 years, how did you feel like those 2 years went from New Orleans' perspective?
I've been involved in every Arena Bowl since the first one, now to 25. And those were probably two of the best events we ever had. And so we've set the bar pretty high, and we expect it even to be better this time.
Realistic expectations, 12,000, 13,000, what are you looking for specifically?
I'm looking for it to be sold out because the great response from the Voodoo fans, whether the Voodoo's in it or not, it'd be tremendous to have the Voodoo in as a host team. However, these fans love arena football. They love to come to support the league. So I see for the Voodoo fans to come, and you've got a high season ticket group, but I see fans coming from all over because now they'll know where they're coming to. It's not a 3-day advance reservation. They can make their plans now.
What about ticket pricing? Has that been established yet, or do you anticipate doing so?
We'll work on that shortly. The most important thing was to let our fans know, the community here, that we're going to have a neutral site for our championship game, Arena Bowl 25, and let the other plans come into play.
How has this been received by the other league owners? Is this something that they supported?
It was unanimous consent. It's a decision by the board of directors. As much as people think I get to make the decision, I don't. I'm a good soldier. It was presented to the board of directors, a detailed plan after many meetings that I went with Dan Newman to the civic and business community leaders, and the support was there. I spoke about that to the owners, and it was brought to the board of directors, which is made up of the owners, and they voted overwhelmingly for it.
Talk about this league and where it's at right now financially, and if things are more stable after the 2011 season.
Oh, absolutely. Do we have a ways to go? Absolutely. There's still challenging economic times out there. We have to make sure that we keep our game affordable, that you don't have to take a second mortgage out for a family of four to come to our game. And that's the good part of our game. There's an affordable ticket, it's affordable entertainment, and the fans are involved in the game. We've got ways to go. We've got some teams we want to make a little bit stronger, but we're on the right path. There was nothing wrong with the game when we had our little hiatus. What was wrong was the business model. We've changed that, and we believe we've got the right one now, and we're going to continue to go slow. We're going to continue to walk before we run.
And finally, in terms of franchises, a lot of talk about some relocations or some additions. How soon before we know what transpires in that vein?
We relocated Tulsa to San Antonio, 7th largest market in the country. Tulsa was a great market for us, great fans, a little challenged in attendance and corporate sponsorship. That ownership decided to move to San Antonio. That's going to be great for us. We're doing no other expansion in 2012. We want to make sure that our current teams, our current membership get strengthened, but we expect a good amount of expansion for 2013, and that'll be when it's needed.
And the very last thought is all the major events coming in here. I know you spoke to it earlier, but you feel as though this is only going to enhance having Arena Bowl here in the middle of Final Fours and national championship games and Sugar Bowls and Super Bowls?
Absolutely. It's just another thing that people get to do. Look at the music industry. One concert comes after another, and then they feel comfortable coming to this market and other markets. I feel the same way. I look at what the fans have, how they've responded to the Voodoo being here. Even with a challenging record last year, the fans turned out in droves. They'll turn out again, and they'll support this because they did before.
Jerry, thanks for the visit. Appreciate you being here. Continued success.
Appreciate it. Thank you.